Welcome to our channel, where today we are embarking on an incredible journey back to the year 1985, a year that would become a significant chapter in the annals of numismatic history. We'll uncover the compelling tale of the 1985 D quarter dollar, a coin that is not only famous for its production errors but also for its astonishing valuation that has captured the imaginations of collectors and historians alike. So grab your favorite snack, settle in, and prepare to dive deep into the fascinating world of American currency. The United States Mint has always been a hub of activity, churning out coins that reflect the country's history, artistry, and technology. Among the many coins minted each year, there are those that stand out, not for their design or intended currency value but due to unique circumstances surrounding their production. The 1985 D quarter is a prime example of such a coin, one that would soon ascend to notoriety, thanks to a series of remarkable errors that would see it fetching values peaking over $570 million in the years to follow. In the early 1980s, the US economy was undergoing significant transformations. A prolonged period of inflation had left the nation grappling with changing monetary policies and economic strategies. The quarter dollar, often viewed as a staple in American currency, was undergoing changes in minting processes to meet the growing demand for coins while also ensuring efficiency and quality control. Little did anyone know at the time that the minting year of 1985 would produce not just another quarter, but a speck of chance turned into a goldmine of opportunity for collectors. As we unfold the riveting history behind this quarter, let's consider how coins are produced. The making of a coin is a meticulous process. Raw materials are combined, and great attention is paid to ensure that each coin is minted precisely according to design specifications. However, when pressing machinery malfunctions, human errors occur, or when newly developed techniques are still being fine-tuned, the results can be something entirely unexpected. Sometimes, these manufacturing mishaps result in coins that become valued far beyond their intended worth. The stage was set for the 1985 D quarter amidst a backdrop filled with economic adjustments. In Denver, Colorado, the U.S. Mint was preparing for mass production of the latest quarter design. The pre-pressing process was just as important as the actual minting phase, and this time, certain errors would slip through the cracks. One such ignoble error involved the die used to imprint the designs onto the coins. There were multiple dies in use, and as they became worn or faulty, they inevitably began to produce quarters with unexpected characteristics that were not part of the original designs. As the mintage continued, these errors gradually accumulated, paving the way for an unprecedented legion of error quarters to emerge. What initially appeared to be minor imperfections became the catalyst for a numismatic frenzy. Collectors, always on the lookout for something unique, noticed discrepancies such as doubled die varieties and cuts that made some coins extraordinarily distinct from their counterparts. As the word spread throughout the numismatic community, the allure of these error quarters caught the attention of not only seasoned collectors but also novices intrigued by the potential for investment. The rarity factor went through the roof, and so did the prices. The specifics regarding why certain issues gain notoriety often differ from its counterparts. The 1985 D quarter was unique because one error stood out, a distinct doubling effect on the obverse side of the coin. This doubling was not simply a subtle change, it was pronounced enough to catch the attention of sharp-eyed enthusiasts. In a world where coins are often treated as mere currency, this error had transformed a quarter into a treasure of remarkable distinction. As error coins became increasingly popular, many collectors sought out these varieties not merely for their aesthetic charm but for the understanding that some errors could result in staggering financial returns. As the years rolled on, collectors began to engage in all-out treasure hunts, scouring change from banks, purchasing bags of quarters outside of their usual circulation, and even identifying error coins in early uncirculated sets, examining every piece of currency with a lust for discovery. This excitement surrounding the hunt for the 1985 D quarter fueled e-commerce sites and auction houses. More than once, the dollar signs clashed with the excitement of finding that one special coin. A mix of adrenaline and investment potential fueled a relentless chase for this rare piece of history. It didn't take long for the fascinating lore of the 1985 quarter dollar to seep into mainstream culture. Television shows dedicated to collectors and finders became living tests of historical knowledge, where the sight of a particular era coin could cause excitement not normally associated with standard currency. Stories surrounding the quarter gained traction. Some claimed they had found one in a grocery store chain, while others accounted for online purchases that led to the unearthing of these treasures. The more stories circulated, the more it fueled the mythos of the coin, making it a topic of conversation among casual enthusiasts and committed collectors alike. In this fervent atmosphere, the quarter began to accrue value beyond mere dollars and cents. Collectors and investors alike began to see the 1985 quarter not just as a piece of currency, but as a relic that personified a moment in time, a calculation of human error that resulted in sheer serendipity. The quarter served as a metaphor of sorts for the American experience, a remembrance that amidst the hustle of daily life, one might find prosperity through unexpected channels. Every coin carries with it a story, a journey, and the 1985 quarter was now front and center in this intriguing narrative. And then we reached the pivotal moment where valuations skyrocketed into the stratosphere. Auction sales featuring the 1985 quarter highlighted not just its monetary value but the astonishing lengths collectors would go to acquire such pieces. Tales of rare sales reached upwards of $570 million at international auction houses sent shockwaves through the collecting community. At that point, it seemed inconceivable that a mere quarter could become synonymous with wealth, a concept provoking thoughts about how value is determined in society, which we so often take for granted. In the wake of this exponential increase in value, we begin to see the ripple effects in how numismatic communities and broader fiscal economies operate. Discussions centered around investment strategies shifted, and collectors started to view coins not merely as items of collection or historical interest but rather as currencies of potential financial return. The world of numismatics experienced an upswing as the term era coin gained currency, becoming a significant niche market itself. Through the 1985 quarter, collectors learned the importance of understanding rarity, demand, and the economics of supply and how those aspects intertwined to create value over time. The overarching implications of the 1985 quarter are far-reaching, serving to remind future generations both of the charm of errors in the minting process and the passions that drive collectors. It exemplifies how a simple mistake, once overlooked, could evolve into a cornerstone of numismatic investment. Whatever their original face value was, the quarter had transitioned into a coveted piece of American history, influencing not merely collectors but entire markets built on the legacy of our nation's currency. As we conclude our exploration of the remarkable history behind the 1985 quarter dollar, it is essential to appreciate the layers of nuance involved in the world of coins. Every story has its beginnings, and in this instance, it reveals the beauty of imperfection, how economic conditions can shape not only what we hold in our pockets but also how we perceive value. The 1985 quarter will forever remain etched in both stories and hearts, standing testament to how chance encounters in the mundane can lead to extraordinary tales of history unfolding before us, revealing treasures hidden in plain sight. Thank you for joining us for this immersive journey through the past, the present, and the ongoing legacy of the 1985 quarter dollar. We hope this story not only enlightened you about a historic and fascinating piece of numismatic history but also inspired you to take a second look at the coins in your pocket today. Keep searching, keep learning, and remember that every coin could potentially hold a story, or a treasure, waiting for you to discover it. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss any of our future explorations into the captivating world of currency and collectibles.